Alright folks, and welcome back to the Dawn of World Sports channel. I am the Donfather, and I'm going to be talking about Saturday's main boxing fight, Saturday night, Sunday morning, depending where you are in the world, between the two heavyweight legends, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Something's not right. I feel that something is not right. I can't put my finger on it. Something's weighing me down here. I just can't concentrate. It's this hat, this costume I've decided to wear. It's far too heavy. That feels better now. That's a weight off the shoulders. But it was really making me struggle there. Far better. You're wondering what I'm talking about, aren't you? Well, what I'm talking about is Deontay Wilder's excuse for losing the fight to Tyson Fury. I'm not going to go into great detail about the fight itself. Tyson Fury won in the 7th round. Deontay Wilder's corner threw the towel in, and it was a brilliant decision because he was being absolutely destroyed from the start of the fight to the moment the towel came in. It was an absolute boxing schooling lesson from Tyson Fury. He's the better boxing IQ. He's the better worker in the ring. He's got a greater and wider range of punches that he can use. Deontay Wilder has this, and as deadly as a weapon this is, if you can stop that from being used, Deontay Wilder has nothing else, and neither did his corner have anything else that they could do or say to bring Deontay Wilder back into this fight. He relies so heavily on this one punch. Look, it is one of the deadliest weapons in boxing. There's no denying it. If it lands, you're in trouble. We've seen it before when Tyson Fury fought him in the first fight. He put Fury down a couple of times with this fucking hammer that he's got. But if you, as I say, if you can deny and stop Deontay Wilder from being able to throw that, then you've pretty much got him sussed. The movement of the big 6'9" Gypsy King is nothing short of breathtaking. The way he moves his feet is wide variety of punching. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. He did exactly what his father said he was going to do. He was going to get Deontay Wilder on the back foot. He was going to outwork him. He was going to keep coming at him, pushing him back, and between punches, just lean on him, just drain him, just absolutely tire the man out. Any self-respecting fighter that was in the ring at that time who was being outworked, outclassed, outboxed, outthought, just being completely destroyed by the better fighter, would have just took that one on the chin and says, look, I was beat on the night by the better fighter. Massive respect to Tyson Fury. The better fighter won. Is that what Deontay Wilder did? He hinted at the time when he lost something wasn't right. No excuses, but something wasn't right going into this fight. So I thought maybe he took an injury, you know, in the training camp leading up to this. Something's not been right. His £25 million purse, or some $25 million purse he was receiving, so he's going to put himself in the ring, get beat, take it on the chin and walk away. No, he hinted at something being wrong. He wasn't going to just stop the fight before it happened. He's going to take the paycheck like most people would. You can't deny him that, right? I would take the paycheck and be battered for, what, 7 rounds. It'd probably only last 10 seconds if I was in the ring. But Deontay Wilder went into that ring, so as soon as he's feeling a niggle and an injury, that is irrelevant. That is irrelevant from that point on. As soon as he steps over those ropes and he's in there, he's had ample time to pull out if something wasn't right. So what was the problem then? Well, you've probably seen the entrances, the Gypsy King being carried out on his throne with a... It's very gimmicky. It was very WWE. Well, he came out like some sort of fucking spaced up gimp suit wearing Batman Deontay Wilder, which was 40 pounds in weight. Well, you might remember back to the start of the video where I've said, oh, I feel better now, I got that hat off my head, I can continue to do the video, I can soldier on. Well, Deontay Wilder's excuse for losing this fight was the big Batman, red-eyed Batman, gimp suit wearing, bronze bombing ball bag fucking sucking excuse from Deontay Wilder. It was 40 pounds in weight, and I've done my knee and I've done my leg in because I've wore this suit. Look, asshole, nobody told you to wear that suit. You fucking chose to wear that suit. It's your fault that suit was fucking too heavy because you wanted to be gimmicky as fuck going into that ring and looking like the Bronze Bomber. Before I put that mask on, I'm just Deontay Wilder, but when I put that mask on and I take it back off, I'm now the Bronze Bomber. Well, I'm not. If that's the fucking Bronze Bomber, that 7-round pitiful excuse for a fight that you put up against fucking Tyson Fury, then I think there's a lot of people that are willing to fight the fucking Bronze Bomber when you fucking take that mask off. That suit was gimmicky, wasn't it? Let's face it, it was just a big fucking, I don't know, fucking perverted fucking gimp suit. That's all that was. It was just a glorified gimp suit, and you did look like a gimp in the ring, mate. No joke. But to use it as an excuse because it was too heavy, 40 pounds in weight. Now, let's see what people have had to say in the boxing world, in the celebrity world about this. We'll start off with a British SAS hero, Big Phil Campion. He's had this to say, alright? There you go. Be careful walking with weight to a fight. And it's a picture of a soldier carrying loads of weight. And as an ex-soldier, infantryman myself, I can vouch for some of the weights that we've wore. I've wore over 100 pound on my back and had to go for miles. He had to go from his dressing room with this fucking suit that he decided to wear before he went in the fight. He just probably designed it, behind the design, the weight, etc, etc. It's all on him. And he's only had to walk from the dressing room to the fucking ring. But his knees went, right? This picture's clearly showing a soldier with a weight on its back, shoulder mounted, like, he's carrying his own personal weapon. He's got a fucking law, a 94mm law, which is a British Army rocket launcher. And in the side picture, them laughing. Basically the comment that he can't soldier on. He can't fight because he's had to wear this suit. Well, asshole, soldiers have to wear all that fucking kit, carry all that kit on their back for miles upon miles, and then at any given time, they might be engaged by the enemy, they might be contacted where they have to fight on. They've got no excuses they can make. Here's what George Foreman's got to say. A nice picture of him with a fucking tree on his back. Rough and tough, hard-hitting George Foreman, no excuses made. Maybe it's time for Deontay Wilder to spend 2 to 4 weeks with me, happy for Fury, but see a need for Wilder. Nice comment there, you're not really laying the boot in too much. Dylan Dennison, I have so much respect for Deontay Wilder, but, so who gives a fuck about the respect? As soon as you use the word but, this is really what the guy wants to say. That costume excuse is so weak, nobody made you wear that. Exactly what I've just said. Nobody made you wear that. Just take the loss like a man and come back stronger. And a lot of people would have respected Wilder if he actually did do that. If he had went into that ring, got beat, demolished the way he did on Saturday night, and just says, look, the better man won, people would have had respect for him, and they said, right, let's get the third fight on. Maybe something was off, and the speculation would have been made by the paying public, the people who watched the fight, the supporters of these two fighters, and the media associated with the fight. They would have basically says, look, I wonder what had went wrong. We've got Dylan White. Like, I watched Dylan White laughing his fucking head off at this weak ass excuse of the costume being too heavy. Deontay Wilder, mate, go and suck a big bag of fucking micro dicks, you fucking bum. As Tyson Fury says, you are a dosser. You are the biggest dosser. I'm gonna make you look like the biggest dosser ever. And even he probably could not have predicted how much of a fucking dosser you actually are, Deontay Wilder. This excuse is a fucking disgrace. I don't know if it's even more embarrassing than David Haye when he got his fucking shoe off to show the world why he got beat off Klitschko. Oh look, I've broke my toe. Oh, that's why I wasn't right. Look, my toe's broke. Look, mate, maybe your toe was fucking broke, don't take the fight. But see, as soon as you go in that ring and you take that fight, you've got fucking no more excuses. You weren't complaining when you were collecting your purse, so shut the fuck up. No excuses. You're a fucking professional fighter. I'm not saying I can do what you can do. You would punch the shit out of me. Everyone that are trained boxers would punch the shit out of me. But see this fucking excuse, it does not wash with anyone. Nobody buys it. It just makes you look even more pathetic. And I like Big Phil Campion's approach there by showing the soldiers, because they cannot pick and choose when they fight. They have to carry weights that you couldn't even fucking imagine. 6'5" of Alabama fucking pussy. That's what you are. You are a fucking bum, a dosser. Do you know something? He's actually a really nice guy, Deontay Wilder, but this excuse has made the boxing world, the boxing community sick, to be honest with you, because it's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. 40 pounds isn't really that heavy, and the amount of distance he had to walk with. I've seen female soldiers carry more on their back and continue to soldier and possibly being under enemy gunfire, and never once did they cry about the weight that was on their back. Never once. Deontay, you're an embarrassment, mate. Collect your $25 million, shut the fuck up. It was in the contract that you were going to be able to fight him for the third time. Take the third fight, take the purse, get hammered again, and fucking walk away with your head held high. You've embarrassed yourself. You've probably embarrassed boxing world a little bit with this comment. Stop wearing fucking gimp suits when you go into the ring. Just go in as Deontay Wilder. None of this bronze bomber bullshit. Nobody's denying that venom you've got. I'm not convinced that you've actually got a boxing IQ, a boxing brain. You're not a very smart fighter. You don't have a huge variety of punches. You've got one weapon. It is a devastating weapon all the same. I'd love to have it. But you were outthought, outboxed, outworked, outclassed, and you did make yourself look like an even bigger dosser than Tyson Fury could ever have predicted. Thanks very much for tuning in. I simply had to say this. We've been talking about this shit all day in my work and having a fucking laugh. Can you imagine how many workplaces of normal people who have possibly bought this fight or watched it through other ways that have actually laughed about this weak excuse? Fucking all over the world. This fight was huge. One huge fight. And it wasn't a huge fight because of Wilder. It was a huge fight because people wanted to see Fury punch the fucking head off him. And as I say, I actually predicted Wilder was going to land one, and it was going to fucking rock Fury's world. How wrong was I? I'm absolutely delighted to be wrong, because I wanted Fury to win. And I thought every round through the fight, Fury was going to win anyway. I thought until he got knocked out, he was going to win every round, because he's the boxing brain. Wilder's a dumb ass fucking boxer. He's got no boxing brain. And his corner, I want to say one thing. They did an incredible thing throwing that towel in. And the fact that he's threatening to sack one of the coaches or whoever it was that was in the corner that threw the towel in, he says, "You do not, I told you, you don't throw the towel in at all. You let me box on." Well, asshole, they fucking actually protected you from serious injury. Every corner would have done the same. You offered fuck all back in that fight. What were you going to do? Take another 5 rounds of absolute punishment? Your head was out here, your mouth was bust to shit, your ear was pissing blood. Do you know what? They've done the exact thing that any corner would have done and protected their fighter so you could live on and fight another day. Do you know what I mean? So respect what your corner did. Take it on the chin. Stop blaming other people. And that's just it. That's all I have to say really about it. But like, every workplace is having some laugh at you. Anybody that's a boxing fan or in the boxing world and the media are laughing at you, mate. I think it's possibly time to hang up your gloves when you're making excuses like that. I'd like to see you get it on with Fury again, just to prove that it wasn't just a fucking one-off here that Fury's dominated you. He'll do it again. I've got absolutely no doubt about that. The Gypsy King is back, world champion, where he belongs, and cannot wait to see him destroy Joshua as well. See you all again soon. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, The Dawn of World Sports, if you like sports reactions, sports chat, sports podcast. We're going to be rolling out very, very soon. We're kind of doing it as we speak. And check out our social media platforms in the description section below. Thanks very much, everyone. I am the Donfather. Peace and goodbye.